This course has got a lot of code and a lot of instructions that you'll be typing on the command line, a lot of configuration files, and also a little hardware schematic as well. All the files that you'll need, all the schematics, all the Python scripts, all the SQL scripts, all of the code and the instructions that you have to type on the command line are all available here in this GitHub repository. If you're not familiar with what GitHub is, just think of it as a place where we can store and share files with everybody. It's a code repository website, and I've uploaded all the relevant files here so that you can simply either clone it. If you don't know what that means, then don't worry about it, or simply download those files as a zip file. When the download finishes, you'll have a directory that looks like this, which, as you can see, contains all of the contents that you see here on the GitHub repository and website. From here, you'll be able to look at individual files and copy them across over to your Raspberry Pi instead of having to type everything, and therefore severely reducing the risk of error. So here I've got things such as the Python scripts, I've got HTML files, I've got configuration files. Let's see, like this cron scheduler, for example. I've got the text that you'll be putting into the cron scheduler. I've got information on how you can set up your Wi-Fi, either for Jesse, so that is Raspbian Jesse, or Stretch, a lot of other things. There's also the template files, HTML, static files that you'll need, like JavaScript and CSSs. It's all here. I even have a complete version of the application. So this is a complete copy of the application exactly as it's operating on my own Raspberry Pi. So you'll be able to restore from here really quickly if you need to. So as you're going through the course, it is a good idea to keep the GitHub repository for the course open in a window nearby, so you can just quickly go and pick up on the files that you need. There's also a wiring schematic here that will help you as you are assembling the small circuit that is part of this course. In some of the lectures where the commands that you'll be typing on the command line are longer, where the risk of error is higher, I've recorded those sessions here as text files so you can access them. So you can simply then just copy a command line and then paste it on your console, and simply just hit enter instead of copying manually the content from the screen. With all the files that you'll find in the repository, my objective was to ensure that you can spend a lot more time learning rather than trying to fix any typos or any syntax problems as you are typing in either the programs or the various commands of the command line or configurations. By setting up this repository, my objective was to ensure that I can maximize your learning time and minimize the frustration time that comes with mistyping a command or by introducing the wrong character at some part of a Python screen or something like that. I will also be keeping this repository up to date. If I discover any problems with the current version of the code, I'll be going here and updating the code and the files with the latest versions and improvements. When I do make a change to the repository, then I will be sending out an announcement to anybody who is enrolled to the course to let you know about it so that you can download the latest version of the updated file.